G'day guys, welcome to the channel. We have a fair bit going on again, which is pretty usual. Now you might be able to see behind me, we've got some anhydrous ammonia tanks. Now this is a new company that we're dealing with. The previous company, the manufacturing plant closed down for the anhydrous ammonia. So yeah, we have to switch over to the this company, and this company, they use a lot more of these really big tankers. So the other company, it was a lot more of the smaller ones, yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, to compare whether just the big ones that are in one spot work better or the little ones. We don't know. This is the first time we're trying it, so we've just got going on that. I think Brad and Johnny have been working away getting that set up, and I think they've done one load. I've been tied up spraying, so I haven't had anything to do with that. But yeah, hopefully we can get through it reasonably quickly. But yes, it's all a fair bit more complicated, the system on this, I think. So yeah, there's a bit of learning to do. I think it'll be nice just having the capacity. We won't be so reliant on trucks delivering it out. We can hook in and have a go and make it a bit easier to do 24 hours and that sort of stuff with the bigger tankers. I'm not sure exactly how many ton they hold, but I imagine it would be 20 or something around there, whereas the other tanks used to be 8. But the other thing going on is we've got Phil on the D11. That's a tiny one. He's marking out a new contour bank and doing a bit of just digging into the side of the waterway there where the contour bank's going to go. And I think in this little paddock here there's going to be a little short contour bank, and in the paddock further over there's a new, I think it'll be a reasonably sized or reasonably large one going in, but yeah, that's what's going to be happening in the next few days. But yeah, it's getting pretty hot. It's like about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and yeah, it's about 35 or so degrees, which yeah, we haven't had much hot weather. Like this is absolutely normal, or it gets even hotter here during summer, but we've just been fairly mild up until now. So I think the summer's finally here, so we're sweating a bit more than we have been, but yeah, just a bit. It's hard on the gear. Everything works a bit harder when it's hot. The dozers get a bit hot, and you have to pull up every now and then to let them cool down and make sure the radiator's clean and keep blowing them all out. So yeah, that's where we're up to there. I'll throw the drone up, have a bit of a look at what's going on. like Brad's cracked out the old 555 and got it on the little set of offsets there to smooth out where we ran that pipe. So if you haven't seen that video, check that one out. I'll put a link in the top corner there, and maybe a link in the description as well. But that's when we used the D11 to lay a water pipe from the back dam to the hill, and it was about 1 kilometre long, and yeah, we're putting the pipe anywhere from about 1.2 metres deep to about maybe 600, 700. It was a little bit less when we got to the rocks up on the hill, but yeah, it's certainly a nice way to do it. But yes, that'll be a bit more smooth for the gas rig over that, running the offsets over it a bit, so that's good.
Well folks, good morning, happy new year. Peter back again, trying to get my wits about me this morning. Go into town in a minute, maybe get some parts, have a coffee with some old rat bag mates. I've got my old mate here, he's ready for action. Good morning Rusty, hey? Yeah, he's ready to go. Just an update on our water mysteries, where the pipe that we laid the other day terminated. We've put a T in there and tapped into the old line that goes up to the top, rather than having to relay everything that goes underground. And there it is there. And I thought I might, just for the exercise, we're getting a little bit of material from, we've dug out of the quarry, or out of a different part of the hill. This will do as a base for the tank. But I just thought, for the exercise, I might just show you what the quality of this water. So I've just grabbed 2 glasses from the house. I've just got my water bottle, and I'm just going to, well, this is not pre-practiced or anything, but I just thought it might be a good example of what that's what I'm drinking. And then this is straight from the dam. So that's so there is a little bit of slight difference in colour, but not much. So, and I'd be quite happy to drink either one of those two as is, and that's untreated, unfiltered water. So that's just as it comes out. So there you go. That's interesting. We'll head on and show what we have done or what we're about to. I had an old tank that was leaking, and we thought it was not much good for anything, and it's proved to be the case. But I did try it. Now it's proved to be no good, so we've discarded it. But this is not very good footage, folks. I've got all my hands full. Now we're right. You right there, mate? Hang on, mate. He's a rough driver. At least you've got 4 things to hang on with, don't you, mate, eh? So that's the one that we tried. I patched it years ago. It worked pretty well. This must be 25 years ago, 20 years ago, and I haven't used it for the last, I don't know how many years, but thought, oh, before we throw it out, we'll just try it. We tried it, got it about half full, had a hernia, blew out there, so that's the end of that one. But pretty good to shift around. We put some cables around it, trying to give it some more support stability back then, but just hook onto that with a little side by side and with a chain, and you can hang really good drifties. You can have a lot of fun with a tank on the back. Yeah, that's good. So we pulled that one out yesterday and just set it there for the moment. So what we did, myself and the grandkids, some of Phil's kids, they all jumped in with me, and we went down to the development block and got a tank that had been used on the bore that we dug the big trench for, and replaced that with 2 new ones. And so with a forklift down there and the loader, we put her on the trailer there, and the plan is to unload that and put it over where that tank pad is. Well, folks, just about 5 minutes from the last update, Phil's boys came up. They must be moving the GPS tower for the dozer. They've been doing a little bit of work down at the other property where Brad lives, and Phil's young fellow Jamie and his brother Isaac have been the paddock behind that tractor there now. They worked up with the Grizzlies and the Versatile, old school. There's been a bit of a desire on the parents' part to let them see how things used to be and get some exposure to old-fashioned technology. Yeah, so they've done well. They're getting up early in the morning, but it's been good to let them have a go at how things were, and then there's probably a better chance they'll appreciate the things that are a little bit easier and better now. So anyway, while the school holidays are on, it's real good experience. so that we have access to spraying water. We sent the water away from the dam and it came back as class 1. It's got a pH of about 6.6, 6.65 to be exact. Very close to rainwater or drinking water, which is what we've been using out of those 2 tanks. But we haven't had rain now for 8 weeks, pretty much, and because we use it for everything, the level's getting down, and that's also our water supply for our house. So if we can get an alternative supply for the spraying, it would alleviate some of the pressure on that. So this is just a concept that we'll see how it goes. It hasn't cost a lot of money yet, using bits and pieces that we've had, but we're hoping that, well, the lower pH of the water, just ever so slightly acidic, 7 being neutral, it's actually an advantage for most of our chemical sprays for the farm. So hopefully it'll be an advantage, but that's the reason behind the logic. We've plugged up some of the holes that were previously used, drilled out a new one, get through the right position, plugged that one up, got the water running in, but only in the top yet. Haven't got the float valve plumbed in here yet, so we're just proving the concept, and yeah, hopefully it won't blow out like the last one. So it's just sitting in the top there, and I'll check it before dark and turn it off then. But anyway, I've every reason to believe that it's been a successful venture at this point, so we'll see what eventuates.